Thank you, Mr. Speaker. We are looking at, and I know some of the questions that the chairman answered related to the big picture of this budget, where we are in overall spending. It would seem to me that we've done a fairly responsible job in keeping our overall spending not going out of control as it had been in some earlier years. And I think, we asked some specific questions on this bill, but we're going to see a number of other bills today, and my goal now would just to give some perspective as we've had a chance to look through that. For the past couple of years, we've worked to claw our way out of a hole that was, I think, dug as a result of a reeling national and state economy a number of years ago, an overall decline in state revenues, and as that decline in state revenues was happening, we passed some budgets in 2008 and 9 that continued spending more, and then we had to come back because we over-anticipated and we took money away. But we got through that, I think, with the focus we had over the last couple years. We took some hard hits, we made some changes, and I think we've begun to build toward a more positive future in this state because some tough decisions that we made over the last couple of years. My sincere hope was that as we got this package of bills for the 2013-2014 state budget, that we would be out of that hole and building blocks that would create a foundation for us to have a much more positive, vibrant, and economy and future, and have something where New York State was among the leaders of our nation in recovering from the economic challenges that we had had. Unfortunately, I think this budget sends a lot of mixed signals, and many of those are conflicting, whether they're to our citizens, whether they're to our municipalities, or whether they're to our businesses. We continue our commitment, for instance, in this budget, to ultimately take over the increased costs of Medicaid. We increase CHIPS money for our local governments. We expand resources for municipal infrastructure, but we give basically no new mandate relief for our struggling local governments. We raise the minimum wage, give a credit to certain families, extend the middle-class tax cut for a few years, but we give little or no help to families with no children, making above the minimum wage, who still have to pay their 18A surcharge. We lower the corporate franchise tax for qualified manufacturers in out years. We provide relief for some small businesses, but we extend surcharges and taxes that have been set to expire that cost all businesses and many individuals. We select certain people to receive a $350 child credit, but we ignore the young, struggling, childless married couple saving to buy their first home and waiting to have their first child. And it seems we also forget seniors on fixed income who are finding it difficult to make ends meet. This budget does have a number of ways, it seems, that is picking winners and losers. We're providing some tax credits here, we're helping some people get more money here, but we're charging this group to help pay for that, and it just seems to me that wouldn't it be better to just create a lower tax structure in this state to help all of us instead of extracting as much money as we do in the first place. As for tax credits, provided to businesses who pay minimum wage to teens in school, it would seem to me it would have been a whole lot easier to and less costly to administer to just have a lower training wage for teens, rather than businesses paying them the extra money and then government turning around and taking the money that they've taken from somebody else and giving it back to the business who paid the teens in the first place. I'm still trying to assess this budget and whether it's a step backwards or maybe it's 2 steps forward and 2 steps backwards, but I'm quite sure that it's not a large step forward as I think we've made in the past couple years. As I go through these bills, I plan to vote for some, I plan to vote in opposition to others. I think the budget accomplishes some goals, but it falls far short on many others. I think it misses an opportunity to assure that New York State is building toward a positive and strong future. That's what we owe the citizens of New York State. That's what I think the last couple of budgets have set us on a pace to do, and I'm concerned that this budget, at best, just keeps us treading water. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.